Today is September 13th, 2023. It is September, and that means I'm knocking on a winter. And I suppose if I were to reflect how fast college went by, even though it took 5 years, I didn't really think about what was going on. I was just too busy just being busy. From one homework to the other homework and watching TV. One homework to another homework and watching TV. That was my existence for 5 years of college. And within those times, I haven't really thought about or reflected upon what I was doing. Really, I was too busy. My mind was categorizing things that were picked up because studying was not my strongest habits. I didn't have enough time to reflect to get a deeper sense of the the philosophies and the content of the materials in order to make connections to make homeworks a lot easier. Homeworks were very difficult. So now I'm at a point. Now I'm at a point to to essentially categorize. Now I'm reflecting. Okay, so now I'm reflecting. I'm reflecting about. I'm like I'm studying the markets. I'm looking at the behavior of a point in space between the open and a close of the market for any stock that exists on Earth. And these stocks behave in a certain way, which essentially is either in a state of reversion or it is in a state of trend. And when it is in a state of trend on a bigger scope, it creates a bigger candle. So if I were to take a 1 minute time period, and if there's 2 minutes of breathing, 3 or 4 minutes of breathing, but within a 5 minute time period, that essentially is a single candle that is saying, okay, it went up, it took a breather over there, and then moved or down or somewhere like that. And so if I were to bring out, if I were to look out, defocus, or to de-magnify the situation and get into a higher time frame, then what looks to be a decision-making process, it essentially is telling me that it is a single point in time that is part of a candle that is depicting a directional move. And therefore, on a finer time period, when it spikes up and spikes down like that, that means that if I look at that and put it into a single candle, it essentially is a green candle with a wick. And so that means that looking at it from that time period, it is stating to me, because of that, it's going to continue in the direction in which the candle is depicting, because it wants to move in that direction. It has momentum. So now what I need to do is specifically categorize these things so that I understand at a single point, in any point within the day, within a 1 minute period of every day, I have a fairly decent idea. Of course, my finger does not move as fast as some of these candles move, because it could just flop. While it's painting a single candle, it could be moving at a very, very fast pace to immediately switch to the different type of structure of the stock. So that means that I need to do is I need to categorize these things into two different perspectives. And when I categorize these two things, when I categorize a specific point in time between the open and the close, then I can categorize these specific instances that deviate from the ideal situation of, ideally speaking, it's this and then going sideways, which is essentially painting a reversion kind of a situation, and then moving up. Or if it moves up, that essentially became an area of rest before more further incline occurs. Or it could go up and it could take a breather and then it can reverse. Okay, so those are the ideal scenarios of how the stock is going to behave. And so in order for me to be able to take a slice within the day of the open and a close, and then at any point that I can enter into a trade to figure out how it's going to translate into the next candle, the next candle, and next candle, based on the information that is provided, the way that the candle before it paints itself to reflect and give hints to what's going to happen next. So that's what I need to. That's what I need to do. That's what I need to develop. That's what I need to continuously develop myself into understanding how I can utilize that to day trade and make money. And that can only be done by recognizing the specific signatures of differences, different types of, essentially there's two. Okay, there's essentially two, but there are plethora of variances that create these two situations. One of them is continuous trending, or it's in a reversion, or maybe just a mix of it. But on a higher time frame, it can be considered a single situation, whereas a point of rest, which could possibly signal reversion, can be categorized on a higher time frame as a continuation candlestick pattern. So the idea is to essentially, in a day trading world, is to say, okay, professional day traders, I heard one of the professional day traders talk about this. He said this: when I see that, I know I can make money. Okay. That's what they said. When I see that, I know I can make money. When I see that, I know I can make money. So my job now is to find it. I need to find that thing that happens all the time. I need to find that thing that happens a lot of the times within the day, so that when I recognize it, then I can take it and make the gain and just exit the trade. That is the mission that I have. A mission. That is my mission. As a day trader, that is my mission. And then when things become far more predictable based on the data that I collected, based on the trades that I make and the results that I see, the results will compile and then will show me whether that particular instances of its variations, with plethora of variations, like triple bottom being like one here, one here, one here, is possible. One is here, one is here, and one is here, or one is here, one is here, one is here, or like that, right? So these are or this could be skewed a little bit. Here, it could be skewed as well. And so these are the categorization of these things that signals a reversion type of situation. And when I have this encyclopedia of behaviors in the market, I can use that. I can recognize it. I can see it. So I can look at any stock. I could just open up TD Ameritrade, click on it, look at the chart, pull it up. Okay, I don't see it. Move to the next one. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. Oh, I see it. I look at it. Okay, take that, put a stop loss here, put a limit order here. Okay, let it ride, and then watch it. And watch it And if it gets to a certain point, somewhere in the midpoint between in between the entry and the limit, and it's displaying some sort of abnormality in the trade that I make, then I can exit that trade. So these are things that I need to consider and take immediate actions on in order to. So no matter how much I want to push this and get it done as soon as possible, it takes time. It took time. For the past several weeks, my mind was full-time dishwasher. I burnt 2 weeks of my life into fully becoming a dishwasher for the past 2 weeks. My mind and my body was preoccupied in sustaining my continuous employment as a dishwasher at Westside Drive-In. Now my mind seems to be free to think and develop into a day trader that I need to be to free myself from being old, so that I could have a chance of rekindling my relationship with my children and my ex-wife. Okay. In Boise, Idaho, I invited my ex-wife and my 2 kids. And so thankfully my ex-wife said yes, and she came over. And then I bought a house and she started living there. But I had an issue with my siblings. And so that caused unemployment with Micron, and things went downhill, and I signed over everything for her, and then we became distant, and I had to leave. And that's how things are. And I have to admit that I wasn't the most astute individual. When she says something, it just never registered. It was like when she says something to me, I could not process it. It was like going to college, and then a professor said something about entropy, and I still don't understand entropy, but I passed thermodynamics. Okay, so it was like that. But now that I think about it, now that I've analyzed what that is, I don't understand what entropy is, but I understand what she was talking about, what she was saying, what she meant. Now I understand it. Okay? I didn't understand that. I was almost 50 years old, and I still didn't understand that. Okay? So now I'm at a point where I wish that I could push and push and push and push myself to figure this out. But I need to get some sleep so I can be an effective dishwasher, and then I can come back and keep studying studying in this manner. So my mission right now, I wonder if I created a YouTube video called Mission. Okay, I haven't created something called Mission, so I'll create it. This will be the mission. Okay? So now I see the mission. The mission statement. Oh, every company has a mission statement. Even Westside Drive-In has a mission statement. Okay? I'm supposed to know that, but I know portions of it, which is what is best for the customer. What is best for the customer? That's the mission statement of Westside Drive-In, right? Which is great. I mean, that's what Westside Drive-In needs to do in order to fulfill the needs of the customer. Westside Drive-In exists for the customer. Okay. Everything is derived from the satisfaction of each and every customer. So what is my mission statement as a day trader? My mission statement as a day trader is to pursue and seek the knowledge that defines the continuation and the reversion patterns, setups, so that when I see it, I'll recognize it. Then later on, I can understand the strength and the level of continuation into the trend that it is painting in the charts, and the painting of the reversion the charts are painting. That's what that's what my mission statement is. My mission statement is my mission statement is to define and categorize and understand the continuation, chart formations, and setups, and continue to seek and understand and pursue the understanding of the reversion setup formations that occurs in the charts. In every stock, it has these tendencies that I need to be aware of. And when I look at a chart, what I need to see is that there has to be a background, there has to be a layering. Apparently musical executives loves music that has layers, multiple dimensional layers, that has a deeper and richer meaning to every music that they have, and they love it because of that fact. So when I look at a particular chart pattern, I look at the colors of it, of red and green, and I look at it moving up and down, up and down. And sometimes it just goes that way. Sometimes it goes this way. Sometimes it goes sideways. Sometimes it has a wider range. So these are things that I need to specifically target to understand its specific behavior, and look at one candle versus another candle, and why does this one candle look smaller within the same time period, and while this candle looks bigger, and what is that message telling me? What is it telling me? So that is my mission as a professional day trader. It is my mission to seek, pursue, and understand. Okay, office evolution has these three things, right? Dreamer, doer, and risk taker. As a day trader, I have to pursue, seek, and understand the continuation and the reversion of each formations that are in between the open and the close of the day. That is my mission as a day trader. And the sooner I figure this out, the sooner I will be consistent, the sooner I will have the opportunity to interact with my children. And the sooner my ex-wife, when somehow I'm able to communicate with her, she can say whatever she wants to say. That is my mission. That is my mission. Again, that as a professional day trader is my mission.